Hello everyone, and welcome to our update on February 1st, 2024. So we're now into February, and February has started on a relatively mild note with a rather cloudy day with some hazy sunshine in the east. So moving ahead, I'll move through the short range very quickly as it won't really change. So tomorrow we will see mainly cloudy, overcast skies for many areas with patchy drizzle, especially over hills and coasts. Possibly some brightness in parts of the east and southeast in the afternoon there. Into Saturday, again, really rather cloudy with some clear spells in the north, with some patchy rain in the south, and then a more general area of rain does move in from the west through Saturday. On Sunday, this rain moves northwards, and we're all into, again, this very mild, cloudy MS, long fetch southwesterly winds on Monday. Of course, that is a bank holiday. And into Tuesday, that rain comes southwards on this run here. And by Tuesday afternoon, it's very wet in many areas. So here is the temperature forecast from the UKV. So as you can imagine, it'd be very mild. The day was cooler. It's around 6 to 10 degrees. And then tonight, the temperatures will rise. So by about 7 a.m., you have temperatures of around 10 to 11 degrees. So tomorrow, our highest temperatures will be very mild to exceptionally mild. Highest temperatures of 10 to 13 or possibly locally 14 degrees. Into tomorrow nights, we see lowest temperatures in the north anyway, between about 6 and 9 degrees. Further south, between 10 and 11 degrees. Saturday is cooler for many areas. Highs there north of the Wicklow to Limerick line, between 7 and 9 degrees. South of that line, 10 to 12 degrees. As we will have a weather system through this area of the country, marking the boundary between cooler air to the north and the very mild air to the south. Into Sunday even, that boundary moves northwards, so highest temperatures on Sunday will be rising to between 10 and 12 degrees. Briefly cooler early on Monday there. Lowest temperatures on Monday morning, possibly going down to around 6 to 9 degrees, but still that's very mild. And Monday is very mild as well. From Tuesday, temperatures do drop away as the cold front comes southwards. So here is the NAO index observed and forecasted. So again, we currently, my God, the NAO has really held up. It's not really collapsing at all. And I've been saying that it should collapse for about 1 week now, and it hasn't. But given that the NAO is just gonna look at that line, that sharp gradient in the line. Surely it's gonna collapse. But given what's happened, I'm not sure that it will collapse. But either way, by about February 4th, February 5th, it's going for a more negative NAO in that period there. So here is the GFS 12Z. So GFS 12Z shows this very mild, long range southwesterly wind into Friday. Same for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Possibly a bit cooler into the north for a time over the weekend. But into Monday, we're all back into these very strong, mild southwesterly winds. Now, interestingly, into Tuesday and Wednesday, we see colder air trying to come in from the north, and it actually does do so into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Especially for the north early on, but it does, by Friday, Thursday evening, Friday, move into the areas further south. And that will be quite snowy, especially from the east and north, I'd say in particular. Into the weekend, that clears away, and we get back to something less cold, more westerly, but still, that is a chilly pattern. It's not straightforwardly mild, and we end up with a high pressure right over us, and it ends up sitting to our east and southeast. That might be quite spring-like, actually, given that we see some sunshine. Yeah, there should be some of that. Here is the ECMWF 12Z. So ECM, again, is very mild through the next few days with these westerly to southwesterly winds, highest to the south, lowest to the north, classic. Into Tuesday, we see this colder air coming from the north, though the ECM does not have it being as successful as the GFS does, and in the end, we roll low pressure in from the west. And eventually, though, by the weekend, Friday and Saturday next week, the cold air does come southwards. Here is the UK Met run. There we go. Okay, so moving on with the UKV, again, we know what's happening next few days. I will just skip through this part because it's very tiresome and it's just a tedious thing for those of you like me who love the cold weather, because this is as bad as it gets. Moving on, we see some blocking towards Greenland, and that does try and push some cold air southwards, and it does do it successfully on the UK Met by Tuesday night, Wednesday. And actually, that's interesting with the UKV or UK Met, and I'll say no more than that. That is interesting. Here is the GEM, the Canadian model. GEM going for like this. So GEM again is very, very mild up until Monday at least, with that classic westerly pattern. Now Tuesday is when the uncertainty starts. GEM is milder and there's low pressure further northwards, and I would favour this pattern in terms of likelihood, because these areas of low pressure often end up tracking further northwards, if they're deep enough, and this one does look like it will be deep. Moving on to the icon, and the icon again is very, very mild till Monday. Then to Tuesday, the cold air comes southwards and does it successfully. And the icon by Thursday is pretty cold for the north anyway. But either way, by about Friday, that I think for all areas is heading in the path of turning colder for all areas, really. The icon is kind of in the middle, with the north being cold and south being mild. And finally, the arpege. Unfortunately, the arpege doesn't get so far out. So the arpege showing like this. So tomorrow it will be very, very mild, southwesterly, very, very cloudy. Saturday, same, bit wetter, possibly sunnier in the morning on Sunday in the north, but rain coming back. And then back into, again, more rain, and not really rain, but just cloud and clag and just, grey skies. So everyone, thanks for watching. Uncertainty and interest from Tuesday onwards, but until then, it's just going to be straightforwardly mild, cloudy, breezy, and it's just a bit gloomy, really. But excuse me. Once we get through these days, maybe perhaps something a bit more interesting might be on the horizon. Everyone, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.